It's your boy Jadam Legendary. Look, long time ago, man, I used to play on this private server, and I always wanted to be able to play a Night Elf Paladin. But I thought, you know what, this private server doesn't allow that. But what if a rogue could use two hands, man? I was on Jadam, of course, because Jadam is everywhere. So what you're about to see is, once again, just like the Paladin video, I'm going to be fighting cloth, leather, mail, plate, and plate with a shield to get the full damage spectrum. Alright, I can't see. I'm dazed. To get the full damage spectrum, so, you know, this video was literally done in one take because it was just that easy. That's how vicious it is. That's the only spoiler I'm gonna give. It was vicious. Alright, I mean, so, you know what, man? Sit back and enjoy, that's all I can say. Also, this is going to be subtlety hemo spec only, the most basic of subtlety hemo specs, you know, your typical crit from assassin and whatnot, you know, basic stuff, because combat and assassin ain't all that special in vanilla. You know, I wanted to start uploading BFA videos again, but this is about all I do right here. Just farming for stuff. As you can see, her gear is still stupid low because, you know, this whole corruption thing they got going with 8.3, it's awful. It's just the worst idea they've had yet. I'm not even gonna waste my time with it. I'll wait till Shadow lands. For now, I'm just gonna be farming and making gold like I usually do. So we're gonna have to hold off on any BFA videos unless it's machinimas, which I'm gonna try to bring back. Don't even trip on that, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to bring some of them back. I just gotta think of some ideas. I'll be having mad ideas. I just gotta figure out how to execute them, you know what I'm saying? How to get them to come through. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to expand the channel a little bit. I don't want to just always be giving y'all PvP, you know what I'm saying? Especially for my older subscribers. Even though I ain't got that many, but for all my people who've been watching on Warcraft movies first, you know, who've been watching my machinimas for a while, I'm gonna try to bring them back. Don't even trip. I'm gonna try. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta figure out how I can get them done with no issues. Especially some classic machinimas, because I could do that easy. Just gotta put the ideas to work, get the voices back down, all that good stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop talking. Let y'all get to watching this video. We out. So, here's the thing, man. I'm gonna get a general basis here of damage. I like to put instant poison on my offhand because that's the fast weapon, which means more damage procs. And because crippling poison has a higher proc rate, it's okay to put it on a slower weapon, right? So we got heavy plate, that's the shield. We got mail, cloth, light plate, that's the plate with no shield. We got leather. So, you know, your typical come in as a rogue, you know, you hit your preparation, do your regular crap, right? Just wait for that last minute for what's the name, then you blind, right? That's your typical build, that's your typical move right there. So with the basic damage basis of that, right? That's on the leather wear, that tends to come down to the stun locking stage. Is it quite the same with the two-hander? Now the issue with the two-hander is, as we get into the basics here, poisons, you need crippling, and you need some kind of damage or debilitating joint. So that's either wound poison, deadly poison, or instant poison, right? The issue it comes down to with the two-handers, you have to sacrifice. Do you want to slow people down, or do you want to deal a slight extra damage? Now, this being vanilla, everybody's speed is the same. You can barely move faster than anybody. Only the Retribution Paladin can move slightly faster on the norm than everybody else. Without enchants, just through regular talents. So, let's go with another attack here. Alright, on a clothy as a rogue. That's pretty much, that's usually the easier person to come off on. Right? Get all your crits in, boom. That easy, right? Okay. So, With the two-hander, you get that damage. You still get that heavy damage, right? But, like I said, it comes down to an issue. You can't use the poisons you need. You either have to sacrifice. You could go with crippling on the faster. Well, it's not that much faster. An instant. Oh wait, no, I messed that up actually. So it'll be instant on the faster, crippling on the slower. I just do it backwards. Now the reason why I've always done it this way, I've always done it this way even since I was a little itty bitty kid, because I just, like I said, I got the basic understanding of, hey, this weapon's faster so I can get more instant poison damage, this weapon's slower, crippling has a better proc rate anyways. Is it equal? I don't know. Ain't nobody do all that. I just know, oops, I messed up. I just know that's the way I like to do it. Okay, you feel me? Oh, I goofed. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to that point, slow your attacks, blind them, right? That way you don't lose too much energy. Wait for your energy, snatch them up again. Easy. Easy peasy. That's how you get a kill. Unless they resist, of course, like an orb. Which doesn't happen too often if you're on a server where the stun resistance isn't disgustingly broken. I would guess on Classic that it's not. But then again, we are talking about Blizzard here. Blizzard ain't quite the same as they used to be. So we already know the rogue damage. Come on now, this is simple stuff. This is simple things, you know, rogue damage, dual wield, all that, blah blah blah, right? Moving to the two-hand, we got two-hand business. You know what I'm saying? Now, this ain't got no agility on it, but that's okay, because look at my speed. Don't worry about that. That's just doing that because the rogue isn't supposed to be using the two-hand. Attack power through the roof. You know what I'm saying? I got this joint for a little more agility, for like crit, but overall damage, you want to go with the big boy right here. So, starting off with the cloth, this is the easiest person to kill because they have little to no protection. Boom. Now, you getting a major damage advantage with the two-hand. Crippling, as you heard, crippling procced right away. Crippling was on it fast. Basically, this video is just for fun, because we all know that the rogue, based on how their spells work, would be 10 trillion times better if they could to dual wield, because the damage is just stupendous. Alright, you slow your attack. Actually, you don't even have to blind them, really. Beautiful. Now, I've done this before way back in the day. I used to play on this private server called Paradox. It was a Wrath of Lich King server, and I used to make level 60 twink characters, but make them odd, like I'm doing now. So I had a two-hand rogue, I had a dual wield paladin, but that was so long ago, I couldn't remember how good it was. Now, that's the leather and cloth. They die fast, right? Let's move to a slightly heavier armored opponent here. Jadwin, you know what I'm saying? He's a hunter. He's got about 4,200 armor, which is 40% damage reduction, I believe.
Can't do that yet.
Slow your attack, blind him. Now, the only person that blind doesn't work on, the blind technique doesn't really work on that well, is druids, unfortunately. I don't have one at the moment. I didn't really think to make midsummer. Oh wait, no, you can't take it off you once it's already on you, right? I don't really know that much how druids work. You know what I'm saying? I made midsummer back in Burning Crusade, deleted them, didn't make them back all the way till up to like Legion. So I still don't know much about druids. I'm still pretty rusty. Now let's go on a heavily armored tag here. This is your most formidable opponent, a warrior or a paladin, right? As you can see, We ain't even did nothing yet. And this man's damage is already, health is already gone. I don't know why they keep coming out of the blind so fast, but that doesn't happen in the typical server. This is my little busted server I do test on. Some stuns don't work right. But as long as you follow through basic procedures, it doesn't make a difference. As you can see, this is going to be a short video, man. Because we already know how the rogue spells work. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, the damage is stupid now. We got a heavily armored target here. This man has 8,000 armor, I believe, which is a 50-60% damage reduction. Here we go. Now, they say the Protection Warrior is the rogue's worst enemy. As you can see, we eating away at his health. Pretty good. I honestly at ease. His health is just disintegrating with every hit. Now, him being a Protection Warrior, it really don't matter what you do after that, because he's a Protection Warrior. Protection Warriors can't do much of crap. He could pop you a little 75% damage reduction joint, but you know, that's good until it wears off and the rogue comes back out of stealth and kills you any dang ways, you know. As a long-time rogue and warrior player, it's the basic things that people do. You know what I'm saying? That you could just call off bat because it's what everyone does. And these days, because of arena, almost everybody plays the dang same. Kind of funny because you fight somebody and be like, oh wow, you fight just like the last rogue I killed, or wow, you fight just like the last priest I killed, or this last warrior I killed. Everybody fight the dang same. Ain't nobody got their own style though. Back then it was a little harder. And with the two-hand, as you can see, lesser armored targets, man, die right away. Alright, slow your attacks down a little bit. You're using a two-hand. You know what I'm saying? Actually, this is what I do with, just regardless. Just because you don't want to miss your blind. If you miss your blind, especially if you fight another rogue and you miss your blind, you're basically going to die because now that rogue is going to stun lock you unless you get a nice resist going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, there wasn't much to this video. With the way the rogue spells work, man. You know, and as a combat rogue, Freddy Wong back there, it's actually a lot like an arms warrior because combat has this right here. And on your typical vanilla server, maybe even classic, a lot of the times, mace specialization is broken. And because this is the best two-hand you can get your hands on as a Retribution Paladin or an Arms Warrior, or if you're one of those rare ones, a two-hand Fury, which I will be doing a video on soon, because two-hand Fury is a hidden gem that a lot of people don't know about, you feel me? You're basically a leather-geared Arms Warrior. It's still beautiful. Is it as good as Subtlety? Depends on the circumstances. Sometimes it is, or Subtlety. I said Subtlety. It really depends on who you're fighting. Softer geared characters, combat is incredible. Heavier geared characters, like your warriors and your paladins, Subtlety is definitely better. But I mean, if you're a horde, you're gonna be worried about paladins. As Alliance, the only people you're gonna have to worry about is shamans, so you won't really be dealing with too many paladins. Luckily for you, because I'm sure, especially if you like to do AV, half the dang paladins you're gonna be running into probably gonna be reckoning, and it's gonna be annoying to fight if you don't know how to fight them. You know what I'm saying? We can't disarm. You know what I'm saying? Disarm didn't come out till whenever it came out. I ain't even gonna sit here and act like I remember. I really don't. Why they put me on stealth? So, as Horde, you're not gonna have to worry too much. I mean, as Alliance, you're gonna have to worry about it. Alright, you're gonna have these little shamans right here. And as you can see, she didn't last through the burst. I didn't even get to blind yet. Now this is best case scenario. This is with like stupendous amounts of gear on. I could do lower gear. It's really not gonna make a difference because everyone else is gonna have lower gear. That's why I do all these tests in the best gear, because the best gear all depends on what patch is out. So it's phase 2 right now, so I could be in PvP gear. I think PvP gear is out, right? Is this field champion and night champion all that out right now? I don't really know because I'm not really playing on a Blizzard Classic that much yet. I will be soon, just not yet though. Trying to get some I've been leveling a little bit. Boy, don't really mess with quests that much. And boom, there you go. That's why I got this pole arm, for more crit. As you see, the crit is just as ridiculous. Oh, I wasn't supposed to revive her yet. So it really don't make that much of a difference. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, a two-hand rogue would be just simply vicious, because the rogue is already vicious. Now you're giving them far superior damage. And honestly, if you look at him with the pole arm, it looks natural. Like, he looks like he should be doing this. I mean, pole arms are kind of a finesse type of weapon. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't see the issue with using a pole arm as a rogue. Look how natural he looks. It looks like this is supposed to be a thing. A rogue using a pole arm. Like, it looks natural. Like, with the two-hand, it looks wrong. Like, it just doesn't look right. It's clearly wrong. He's clearly using the wrong weapon. It clearly does not fit his class at all. But when you slap the pole arm on it, it really looks nice. Like, it looks natural. Like, it really doesn't look different from him holding these. And honestly, it kind of looks more natural than dual wielding. Because this just has that finesse. It's a long, thin weapon that he can dodge and sleekly... That's not a word at all. That he can do sleek, finessable moves with. Resistant bolt stuns. Oh, I didn't use the second stun. That was it. It just looks natural, so yeah. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's not bad at all. Like I said, it's gonna be a nice little short one around here. Actually, it's a little longer than the Paladin because it's gonna be less editing. Because this was that simple of a video to shoot. We all know what the two-hand rogue could do. Because one-hand rogues are ridiculous. You know, look at that. Big boy.
I can't do that.
I forgot to slow my attack. That's fine. It's a Paladin, so you wouldn't have to... Oh no, you would get stunned. This is a Reckoning Paladin too. Actually, let me show y'all what the Reckoning Paladin would do since I did all that. Right, I goofed. I didn't realize who I was fighting. Uh-oh. You got me. Whack. Whack. Whapping him. Wrapping him up in a box. Coughing. Alright, it's been your boy Jaden Legendary, man. Be careful when you fighting them Reckoning Paladins. Try not to crit them too much, you know what I'm saying? Try to keep your distance. We already know what the two-hand rogue could do. It's just too simple, you know what I'm saying? We out of here, man.